Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and I'm a virtual teacher here who lives in California. If you're new to the Kinderhearted family, welcome. You can consider hitting that subscribe button and joining the family. Click on that little bell to be notified when I upload new content. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 10 different virtual field trips that you can do with your students if you are still teaching virtually or hybrid scenario, or if you plan on teaching virtually next year. I don't know if they've announced what the plan is for next year, but I know some states are kind of heading in that direction, at least in the beginning of the school year. So if you would like to see virtual field trips that are totally rad that you can do all online, keep watching. Welcome back. So I'm going to walk you through different virtual field trips that you could do with your students if you're still teaching online. I am going to be doing a virtual field trip with my students here in a couple weeks, and so I thought I would just share a few really interesting field trips that I stumbled across as I was looking for different field trips to do with my students. There are a variety of different sites I'm going to show you, and a lot of the sites are ones that you probably have heard of, but didn't realize that the sites came up with specific virtual field trips for the classroom. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. Comment down below with your favorite virtual field trip and whether or not you've gone on one this year. Hopefully, if you haven't, this will give you some ideas. I will go ahead and link everything down below too, so that if you're looking for ideas, you can click on a link and go. All right, so this first virtual field trip is the San Diego Zoo. And up here in the search bar, they actually have the videos tab. If you scroll down, you can see live cameras of each of the animals. So if you click on, say for example, the ape cam, you can see live what their habitat looks like. So say for example, you are learning habitats, whether it's in kindergarten or first or second grade, or learning about different types of animals, you can assign this field trip to your students and have them choose a specific animal and do an observation daily on their animal. So this is the first virtual field trip, San Diego Zoo Kids. And if you go to kids.sandiegozoo.org/videos, you can check them out. They also have a stories tab and an activities tab, just lots of different things you can kind of walk through with your students. So that is the first virtual field trip. Every year in kindergarten, we would go to an aquarium as we were learning about habitats. The Georgia Aquarium has a live webcam of their aquarium, so you can kind of see exactly what's going on. There are actually several aquariums. The Monterey Bay Aquarium is another one. I'll link a couple down below, but you can talk with your students about what is happening live. And then there are, if you scroll down, more live views from the Georgia Aquarium. There's the Jelly Cam, Jelly webcam, Piranha webcam, Ocean Voyager webcam, and some other webcams here. So lots and lots of choices on this one if you're looking for a field trip that is an aquarium themed virtual field trip. I don't know why that was so hard to get out. All right, another virtual field trip that is pretty cool is this 360-degree virtual field trip. It's the Samurai Virtual Tours, and the students can kind of navigate in a 360 way, so they can go to places like the Amazon. They can click on signs and zoom in and read. There's just so many different exhibits that they can check out and explore. So the National Aquarium, or samuraivirtualtours.com, I'll link this down below, gives the students a little bit more of a kind of a free choice and free navigation, which is really fun for a virtual field trip. So that's the third virtual field trip. Farm Food 360 is the fourth virtual field trip I'm going to show you today. There are so many cool videos and 360 views on this website. You can click on the chicken farm and get a list of quick facts, but then also you can look at some chicken videos here, which are totally rad. Let me click on a couple, like caring for chickens.
They come right from the hatchery. They're out.
Is that like the coolest thing ever? So in Kindergarten, we always do the chicken life cycle, butterfly life cycle, plant life cycle. So this is such a fun way to walk through each of those. And there are just so many different like virtual 360 tours. They have linked every kind of YouTube video, all the things to give you a 360 look at what a farm looks like. So there's so many cool options here. So Farm Food 360 is a wonderful website to go to for your virtual field trip. So that is the 4th virtual field trip. Every year in kindergarten, we would go to the planetarium. If you go to stellarium-web.org, there are some really cool tools on this website that give you the option to show your students different planets and stars and just different parts of the solar system. You can actually search in the search bar. So say, for example, you wanted to look up Saturn. You could look up the planet and see exactly where it is in the night sky. You can zoom in and out, and there are just some details on here that are pretty neat. I like the drag and drop feature, so you get that like hands-on feel. And also you can type in where you live and then it'll pull up your night sky where you live. So that's pretty cool. So that is the next virtual field trip. The 6th virtual field trip that I wanted to show you today is at nature.org. I will link this down below, but they have several different virtual field trips that you can choose from. Everything from Secret Life of Corals to the Symphony of the Rainforest, View from a Canoe. So you can also download a teacher guide that will kind of help you know how to navigate the virtual field trip. So they have a video. Let's click on the teacher guide and see what that looks like. Oh my goodness, this is so neat. Okay, so it actually gives you some of the standards as well. Geography standards, next gen science standards, gives you discussion questions to talk about, and then gives you a list of related resources that you can use. Oh my goodness, so many different, and even printables. This is great. So the coral reef, oh my goodness. So you can print this out and then give this to your students, and then you can have them write down what they know before and then what they learned after. So awesome. All right. So nature.org, China's Great Forests, Powering the Planet, Renewable Energy. Literally on this page alone, you could do your entire year's worth of field trips. How awesome is that? The next virtual field trip that I wanted to show you today is the Smithsonian website. So naturalhistory.si.edu. I will link this down below. It has several different virtual field trips that you can check out. So all you do is click on access the tours. And I like this one too, because it is also a 360 view. How awesome is this? You feel like you're actually in, oh my goodness, the Smithsonian. How neat is this? I remember going here when I was a kid. Oh my goodness, this is like Flashback City. Look at how neat. Smithsonian is so cool. But so the students can kind of navigate around. So this is one of the field trips. And then I think they can actually click on the area up here and kind of like, oh my goodness, if they want to go to the dinosaurs. Oh, look at the shark. Oh my goodness. I remember this when I was a kid. That's so funny. So you can go to the different parts, the T-Rex and Alaska American dinosaurs. Oh, I literally have pictures of this when I was a child. It's so awesome. But yeah, this is a great resource as well. So there's lots of different choices here on this website. So Smithsonian, naturalhistory.si.edu. The next field trip is the Met. Raise your hand. Have you ever been to the Met? I've never been to the Met, but the Metropolitan Museum of Art, which is in New York, has a website that is pretty rad, and it has a lot of different museum views. So if you click on one of the exhibits under their stories, you can kind of walk through the history. This one is the Metropolitan, so it's like the making of the Met. And so there's just a ton of different information you can go through and assign specific. This would be great for older students as well, especially if you teach art or history. But the Met, so artsandculture.google.com. The Met is the one that I'm looking at here, but they have a lot of other options as well. All right, last but not least, this is probably one of my favorite ones. This is the 360cities.net, which is basically a map of 360 cities in the world that your students can click on. And there's a bunch of pictures and a bunch of information that your students can explore. I'm going to click on this one because it's in California. The Aviation Museum, which is pretty rad. This is the 360 view, but there are a bunch of tabs down here. So this is the inside of the building, but there are a bunch of different pictures and things that the students can, click on. And I think once they click on them, there is like a zoom feature and they can just kind of get in there and look around, zoom out, and then there's a bunch of information down here. So this would be great if you teach history or for your transportation unit in kinder or first grade. This is a great one, but if you go back to the 360 view, you can select specific cities in different countries. So really you could tie this into so many different units of study. And there's just so many different options. They've done a great job here. So 360 cities. I'll link everything down below. I'm going to hop on this view just to wrap up the video, but I will link all of the field trips down below. If you had a favorite, comment down below. If you've gone on any of those field trips or been to any of those places in person, comment down below. Which one was your favorite? Which one would you like to go to? How awesome is it that there are so many websites that have tailored their websites to meet the needs of virtual teachers, distance learners, hybrid teachers. I think it's so amazing. I think the teaching community and the entire world has truly stepped up in such a powerful way, added so much value. And so as a teacher, I just want to say thank you to each of the websites, all of the companies and platforms that have stepped up their game to help meet our needs. It's been a huge blessing. I'm so excited to go on my virtual field trip with my students. And hopefully this video gave you some ideas on some virtual field trips you can go on with your students. All right, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you aren't already a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button and clicking the bell for when I upload new videos. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks.